Okay, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is doing well out there today. I'm still on my quest to getting all these achievements for this game right here. This wonderful game, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. For the I'm doing mine on the Xbox Series X. And so we're going to try to get this. What I want to do today is kind of an experiment, actually. So I want to see if I can get an achievement. The achievement's called Fire and Ice. And what you do is you play through the game as, you have to beat it with Scorpion and Classic Sub-Zero on Mortal Kombat Trilogy for PlayStation. And that's what you see loading up right here. I've already selected, of course, Mortal Kombat Trilogy. And so what my challenge I just want to see if this works. So what I'm going to do is play through it with Scorpion, and then right after I beat Shao Kahn, rewind it far enough to let Shao Kahn beat me, after the game acknowledges that I've already won with Scorpion. Rewind it far enough to let the game beat me as Classic Sub-Zero, let the game beat me when I'm Scorpion, and then switch over to Classic Sub-Zero, and then proceed to beat Shao Kahn and see if it gives me an achievement that way. Thought that'd be interesting just to try out. Basically it's like one playthrough, but you're getting the achievement as if you're playing through the game with both people, with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, Classic Sub-Zero. So let's check this out together, see what happens. Now, keep in mind, I'm a little rusty with Scorpion, so when doing finishing moves, it may take me a little moment to pull them off. First of all, I don't have memorized anymore. It's been too long. Unfortunately, a lot of these characters in Mortal Kombat 3 and UMK3, I don't remember their finishing moves. Back in the day, I did. It's just, I don't know. I guess getting older and having so much other knowledge of these games in my head, I've let a lot of them slip from memory. So that's why, as you see to the left, I have all the moves pulled up, so that whenever I go to finish him, that'll switch to finishing moves, and I'll know how to do them. But that's why there's like a little bit of a delay. I'm not doing them like right away. But there you go. We did our stage fatality right there.
Wins. Fatality. Fight.
Fighting Miss Melina. Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit rusty with this character. I guess in more recent times, I've been playing a lot more with Sindel, Kung Lao, and here even more recently, I've been playing a lot with with just unmasked Sub-Zero. I've been using him quite a bit here lately, and Katana. I have the problem with the Mortal Kombat 3 and UMK3. I have really just kind of a set group of characters I use primarily. Cabal as well, Nightwolf. So I just don't use them all like I used to back in the day. So unfortunately, the special moves I still have memorized, of course, but like their finishing moves, not so much. And forget about the brutalities. I'm not sure I ever really knew the brutalities. But there's, I love that hand grab fatality. I think, if I'm not mistaken, on Nintendo 64 version of this game, I think it has all three of Scorpion's fatalities, which include the one where he takes him to hell and all his little Scorpion minions beat him up. but not in this version, I don't think. I think he just has the hand grab and he has the toasty fatality. But we're going to go through all those. Great game, guys. I love MK Trilogy. I forgot how fun it was, but just playing this again, here just to get this achievement here lately, I'm like, wow, this game's amazing. I understand why, why some people regard this game as probably a game that should have been released in the arcade. I mean, it's that good. It's very good quality. The only naysay you could say about this game really is the load times. But being on this Legacy Collection, the load times are way less. They're way more minimal. Since they put it in this collection here. Now I have the actual PlayStation 1 copy, and when I put it in my PS3. Yeah, the load times are kind of horrendous. But now having this Legacy Collection, I probably won't have to play that as much. I do love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to get rid of the disc or anything, but because I love owning physical copies. But there's almost no point in me going back and playing that when I have a good, fastly loading copy right here on the Legacy Collection. Gotta love that classic fatality. That's the only one I had memorized with Scorpion, to be honest with you. Everything else I had to. And I love that. I love the ability to put the moves on the screen. You know what you do is you of course you turn it to unlimited fatality time. Put the moves list on the screen for when it's time to finish him or finish your opponent, and it's all right there for you. You don't have to worry about the time running out. You can just get into position, take your time, and then of course pull off your fatality or friendship or babality, whatever. Something else, I noticed that it appears that the animalities are in this game. It's just always grayed out with Scorpion. I've noticed, and I tried to do the in the third round. I tried to do the Mercy, but it just doesn't work. If I'm not mistaken, it's just hold run, down, 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 release run. You know what I mean? But I can't ever get it to work, and therefore, of course, I can't do an animality. Partly because it's grayed out anyways. Is it maybe guys in the in the comments you can let me know, is it just certain people that have animalities in this game, or am I doing something wrong? I think that's the correct way to do a Mercy. Again, a hold run and then down, 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 release run. So I don't know. I just don't know. So we're already on Raiden here, and as you see guys, next we're already on the endurance round after that. And we'll, of course, we'll get through that here in just a moment. Oh, that was a weird uppercut. I'll take it. I don't care. Every once in a while, weird stuff happens in these games. Just got to roll with it. I love that little exploit right there. When you get a little bit further in the game, you can usually do, especially with Scorpion, he has that little 4-hit combo that leaves him a really perfect distance away from you to pull off a little exploit where you jump straight down and kick right when they fall down, and then as you're coming down from that, you get in the uppercut position, and as they're lifting up, as they're standing up, they'll jump at you to try to knock you because they still think that you're in the air, and of course you can just uppercut them. It's a really cool little exploit that's worked on most of these UMK3 games, or of course Mortal Kombat Trilogy games. So, assuming I get this achievement right here, after I get it, all I will have left is the, I think, the online achievement, which, again, I'll wait till the online is kind of fixed better for that. And I have the two Special Forces achievements and the 2 Mythologies achievements, which I know I originally said I'll play through those games to get those achievements, but there are still... I mean, Special Forces I'll have to play through all the way and beat to get the, finish the game achievement. But as far as, like, everything else, like, on Special Forces, the other achievement is just get my character up to level 3. So, basically get him, to where his skill level's up to level 3. And then, of course, the 2 Mythologies achievements, you can just, do a stage select and run up to the spots where you can just, get those achievements real quick by beating the Fire God and by beating the T-Rex Rider. So maybe at some point, like I said, I will still play through those games, but right now, since those are fairly easy, I might just go ahead and just get those 2 Mythologies achievements and then work on the Special Forces. Oh, they beat me around, okay. But as you see, that exploit works very well. I do like that one. Works on most, if not all, the characters, so. That harpoon went right through MK3 jacks. I don't know why. There you go. Get them to jump in at you. Very solid exploit there. And again, I'm doing a Mortal Kombat Trilogy right here, but that exploit also works on most, if not all, of the UMK3s. Just getting that right distance away from them and just keep throwing uppercuts after you do that right there, after you do jump straight down kick. Snagged him right before he hit the ground. Go. So yeah, I apologize for the, except for that fatality. I can pull that one off on command, but the other fatalities and or the other fatality and the friendship and babality, I have to look over to the left of the screen and pull those off. But again, I do love that they make that available for you. So basically, any of these videos we do in the future, a lot of us YouTubers won't really have to tell you, you know, how to do it. You just got to turn those moves on in the Legacy Collection. It'll tell you everything you need to know. So that's pretty cool. Just doing some very basic strategies right here to get past Motaro. He eventually walks into that or jumps into it. Sometimes he'll stop and throw a fireball at you and he'll knock you out of the air or whatever. But for the most part, you can just do that straight up and down kick into a dollar combo against Motaro on this version. On these, usually on UMK3 and Mortal Kombat Mythology versions, there are other versions of Motaro that you have to play differently. Like vanilla MK3 Motaro is different. There we go. All right, on to Shao. Now with Shao Kahn, I actually struggled. I beat him on the first try, but went the distance. Went 3 rounds for sure. With, if I'm not mistaken, with Scorpion and with Classic Sub-Zero. It was a rough playthrough overall. That was pretty incredible that he kept trying to do that upward kind of slide as many times he did. It's not super consistent, but I will tell you, if you're crouched down a lot, and like if you're far enough away, you like throw some like, you know, low kicks while you're crouched down or low punches or whatever, something low. And again, it's like I said, it's not 100% consistent, but it seems like Shao Kahn will do his upward slide a lot more when you do that. So just keep that in mind. It just seems like it. Again, I'm not sure if it's actually the case, but it does feel like he does it more. Probably should have rushed him down right there. I'm so rusty at this game. I don't think it would have mattered who I used. I'm just rusty at Trilogy. I haven't played in a good while. At least not, you know, for more than like one playthrough or whatnot. Should have backed up. This got real close, but got him. Right here. There we go. Now, check this out. Here's what I'm talking about. So, technically, I beat it with Scorpion. And I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know how far to let it go, but I go ahead and let it go all the way through where it says you won the game, basically. So, all this right here. And then I'm going to let it go briefly to the Shao Kahn treasure chest. And then we're going to rewind it. What turns out is it works to where it goes just far enough back to where you can let Shao Kahn kill you instead, which is exactly what I want. So, see, I'm rewinding now. Boom. So he got us instead. So now the computer, I guess, already registered that I won as Scorpion. And so now we're going to start up. And for this achievement to work, we have to beat it with Classic Sub-Zero as well. So instead of going through the whole process and playing this game twice in a row, since I rewound it and we chose Classic Sub-Zero, when we beat it with him, you should technically unlock the achievement, because it did register that first match. It did already register that I beat the game as Scorpion. So, pretty cool. It was a neat little, not glitch, but just like kind of exploitive way to actually, you know, get that achievement instead of playing through the game twice. Or even, I know some people, you could also just save it. So like you could beat it, you could get to Shao Kahn and then save it, and then beat it with Scorpion, and then, you know, reload that save and beat it with Sub-Zero. So I get that. That works too. But I was just curious if that rewind feature could help me get this achievement, and sure enough, it turns out that it does. You'll see here in a moment. Again, I go the whole distance with Sub-Zero as well, I believe. Yep. And I think it's also just down to like the last little bit of health as well. It's getting down to the wire. Oh, I should have popped him right there. There we go. And we got it. So now, let's take a look and see if we actually unlock that achievement. I've already told you, I think already, but let's just check it out. There you have it. Achievement unlocked. Isn't that crazy? So that was a fun little way to get, instead of playing through the game twice, or again, to utilize the save, you just rewind it to the point in the game where, you know, after you've beaten it with Scorpion or beat it with Classic Sub-Zero, and then just do the opposite player. And there you have your Fire and Ice. Pretty cool. But anyways, guys, I hope you found this video entertaining, at least, or useful. That'd be great to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. And guys, have a great rest of your day. Be safe out there. We'll see you in the next, most likely, Mortal Kombat Legacy video.